Property and Casualty Exam Prep Job Description. Question 1. The period of restoration for business income coverage ends when? Option A. The policy expires. Option B. The property is repaired or replaced, or business resumes at a new location. Option C. The insurer decides. Option D. 1 year after the loss. The correct answer is option D. 1 year after the loss. The period ends when the property should be repaired, replaced, or business resumes with reasonable speed. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 2. The liquor liability coverage form covers. Option A. Social hosts. Option B. Businesses that sell, serve, or furnish alcoholic beverages. Option C. All alcohol-related claims. Option D. Only bars. The correct answer is option C. All alcohol-related claims. Liquor liability covers businesses in the alcohol industry. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 3. Assigned risk plans for auto insurance. Option A. Are for preferred risks. Option B. Provide coverage to drivers who cannot obtain insurance in the voluntary market. Option C. Offer lower rates. Option D. Are optional for all drivers. The correct answer is option C. Offer lower rates. Assigned risk plans are the market of last resort for high-risk drivers. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 4. A foreign insurer is one that is: Option A. Incorporated in the state. Option B. Incorporated in another state. Option C. Incorporated in another country. Option D. Unlicensed. The correct answer is option C. Incorporated in another country. Foreign insurers are domestic in one state but doing business in another state. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 5. The CGL policies who is an insured provision includes: Option A. Only the named insured. Option B. The named insured, employees, and certain other persons and organizations. Option C. Anyone who is injured. Option D. Only corporations. The correct answer is option D. Only corporations. Insureds include the named insured, employees, 4 acts within scope, and certain additional insureds. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 6. The insurer's duty to defend is typically: Option A. Narrower than the duty to indemnify. Option B. Broader than the duty to indemnify, defend even if ultimately not liable. Option C. The same as the duty to indemnify. Option D. Non-existent. The correct answer is option D. Non-existent. The duty to defend is broader. The insurer must defend if the allegations potentially fall within coverage. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 7. A commercial property policy's causes of loss basic form covers. Option A. All perils unless excluded. Option B. A limited list of named perils. Option C. Only fire and lightning. Option D. All risks. The correct answer is option C. Only fire and lightning. The basic form covers approximately 11 named perils. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 8. Business personal property includes: Option A. The building structure. Option B. Furniture, fixtures, equipment, and inventory. Option C. Land. Option D. Vehicles. The correct answer is option B. Furniture, fixtures, equipment, and inventory. Business personal property includes contents owned by the insured used in the business. Question 9. Protective safeguards endorsements in commercial property insurance. Option A. Have no effect on coverage. Option B. Require the insured to maintain specified protective devices, sprinklers, alarms. Option C. Increase coverage. Option D. Reduce premiums without conditions. The correct answer is option D. Reduce premiums without conditions. Protective safeguard endorsements require maintenance of specified safety devices. Failure can suspend coverage. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 10. The CGL policy's medical payments limit is typically: Option A. The same as the each occurrence limit. Option B. A sublimit, commonly $5,000 to $10,000 per person. Option C. Unlimited. Option D. The general aggregate. The correct answer is option A. The same as the each occurrence limit. Medical payments coverage has a lower per person sublimit. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 11. What is the term for a condition that increases the likelihood of a loss occurring? Option A. Peril. Option B. Risk. Option C. Hazard. Option D. Indemnity. The correct answer is option C. Hazard. A hazard is a condition that increases the probability or severity of a loss. A peril is the actual cause of loss, like fire or wind. Question 12. Apparent authority exists when: Option A. The agency contract explicitly grants authority. Option B. A reasonable person would believe the agent has authority based on the insurer's actions. Option C. Authority is implied by the position. Option D. no authority actually exists. The correct answer is option A. The agency contract explicitly grants authority. Apparent, or ostensible, authority arises from the insurer's conduct that leads third parties to believe the agent has authority. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 13. Workers' compensation provides option A. Liability coverage for the employer. Option B. Medical and wage loss benefits to employees for work-related injuries, regardless of fault. Option C. Only medical benefits. Option D. Only death benefits. The correct answer is option A. Liability coverage for the employer. Workers' comp is a no-fault system for work injuries. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 14. The PAP excludes coverage for option A. Personal use of the vehicle. Option B. Racing, speed contests, and use of the vehicle to cause intentional harm. Option C. Commuting to work. Option D. Running errands. The correct answer is option C. Commuting to work. Racing and intentional acts are specifically excluded. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 15. An admitted, authorized, insurer, option A, is not licensed in the state. Option B, is licensed and authorized to transact insurance in the state. Option C, only writes surplus lines. Option D, is always an alien insurer. The correct answer is option A, is not licensed in the state. Admitted insurers hold a certificate of authority from the state. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 16. An insurance broker represents option A, the insurer. Option B, the insured. Option C, the state. Option D, the NAIC. The correct answer is option B, the insured. A broker represents the insurance buyer and places coverage with insurers on the buyer's behalf. Question 17. Subrogation allows the insurer to option A, cancel the policy at any time. Option B, pursue recovery from a negligent third party after paying the insured's claim. Option C, deny all claims. Option D, increase premiums retroactively. The correct answer is option A, cancel the policy at any time. Subrogation transfers the insured's right of recovery to the insurer after a claim is paid. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 18. A commercial property policy's concealment, misrepresentation, or fraud condition, option A, has no effect on coverage. Option B voids coverage if the insured intentionally conceals or misrepresents material facts. Option C, only applies to the agent. Option D, increases premiums. The correct answer is option D, increases premiums. Fraud or material misrepresentation by the insured can void the entire policy. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 19. The PAP's joint ownership coverage applies when option A, only one person owns the vehicle. Option B, two or more people own the vehicle and are listed on the policy. Option C, the vehicle is leased. Option D, the vehicle is rented. The correct answer is option D, the vehicle is rented. Joint ownership requires all owners to be listed as named insureds. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 20. The PAP's arbitration provision applies to option A, all disputes. Option B, disputes over the amount of damages under UM/UIM coverage. Option C, coverage disputes. Option D, liability disputes. The correct answer is option B, disputes over the amount of damages under UM/UIM coverage. Arbitration is often used to resolve disputes about the value of UM/UIM claims. Question 21. The person or entity entitled to receive the policy proceeds upon the death of the insured is the option A, insurer. Option B, policyholder. Option C, beneficiary. Option D, agent. The correct answer is option C, beneficiary. The beneficiary is designated to receive the policy proceeds. Question 22. Functional replacement cost is option A, replacement with identical materials. Option B, replacement with modern, functionally equivalent materials. Option C, the same as market value. Option D, actual cash value. The correct answer is option C, the same as market value. Functional replacement cost allows for repair or replacement with modern materials that serve the same function. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 23. The omnibus clause in an auto policy, option A, covers only the named insured. Option B, extends coverage to permissive users. Option C, excludes all other drivers. Option D, reduces coverage. The correct answer is option C, excludes all other drivers. Permissive use extends liability coverage to those using the vehicle with permission. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 24. A monopolistic workers' compensation state, option A, allows private insurance for workers' compensation. Option B, requires workers' compensation to be purchased from a state fund. Option C, does not require workers' compensation. Option D allows self-insurance only. The correct answer is option C, does not require workers' compensation. Monopolistic states require employers to purchase workers' comp from the state-administered fund. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 25. Which of the following is not an element of a valid contract? Option A, offer and acceptance. Option B, consideration. Option C, competent parties. Option D, written format always required. The correct answer is option C, competent parties. While many insurance contracts are written, oral contracts can sometimes be valid. The four elements are offer/acceptance, consideration, competent parties, and legal purpose. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 26. An HO6 policy covers: Option A, single-family homes. Option B, renters. Option C, condominium unit owners. Option D, mobile homes. The correct answer is option C, condominium unit owners. HO6 is the condominium unit owners form. Question 27. An insurance agent represents: Option A, the insured. Option B, the insurer. Option C, the state insurance department. Option D, the general public. The correct answer is option A, the insured. An agent represents the insurer and has the authority to bind coverage on behalf of the insurer. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 28. The HO3 form covers personal property on what basis? Option A, open perils. Option B, named perils. Option C, replacement cost automatically. Option D, agreed value. The correct answer is option C, replacement cost automatically. Personal property under HO3 is covered on a named perils basis. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 29. Non-renewal of a property policy. Option A, is the same as cancellation. Option B, is the insurer's decision not to renew at the end of the policy period. Option C, cannot happen under any circumstances. Option D, requires no notice. The correct answer is option A, is the same as cancellation. Non-renewal is different from cancellation. It occurs at the end of the policy period and typically requires advance notice. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 30. Garagekeeper's legal liability can be written on A. Option A, direct primary, direct excess, or legal liability basis. Option B, only primary basis. Option C, only excess basis. Option D, only no-fault basis. The correct answer is option B, only primary basis. Garagekeepers offers three options: direct primary, direct excess, and legal liability. Question 31. Fiduciary liability insurance covers: Option A, general business operations. Option B, breach of fiduciary duty in managing employee benefit plans. Option C, automobile liability. Option D, workers' compensation. The correct answer is option C, automobile liability. Fiduciary liability covers claims arising from mismanagement of employee benefit plans. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 32. Financial examination by state insurance departments reviews: Option A, claims handling. Option B, an insurer's financial solvency and compliance with accounting standards. Option C, agent conduct. Option D, advertising practices. The correct answer is option A, claims handling. Financial exams assess the insurer's financial health. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 33. A legal duty of care arises from: Option A, only written contracts. Option B, the obligation to act as a reasonable person would under similar circumstances. Option C, criminal statutes only. Option D, voluntary assumption only. The correct answer is option D, voluntary assumption only. Duty of care is the legal obligation to exercise reasonable care to avoid harming others. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 34. The doctrine of contra preferentum means: Option A, ambiguities are interpreted in favor of the party who drafted the contract. Option B, ambiguities are interpreted against the party who drafted the contract, the insurer. Option C, both parties share equally. Option D, the contract is void. The correct answer is option B, ambiguities are interpreted against the party who drafted the contract, the insurer. The ambiguous policy language is construed against the insurer. Question 35. Gap insurance for auto covers: Option A, liability claims. Option B, the difference between the vehicle's actual cash value and the amount owed on the loan or lease. Option C, medical expenses. Option D, rental car costs. The correct answer is option C, medical expenses. Gap coverage pays the shortfall when a totaled vehicle is worth less than the outstanding loan balance. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 36. The standard homeowners policy, HO3, provides what type of coverage for the dwelling? Option A, named perils only. Option B, open perils, all risk, coverage. Option C, no coverage for the dwelling. Option D, liability only. The correct answer is option C, no coverage for the dwelling. The HO3 provides open perils, special form, coverage for the dwelling and named perils for personal property. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 37. The pollution exclusion in the CGL is option A, limited. Option B, absolute, with very limited exceptions. Option C, optional. Option D, only for gradual pollution. The correct answer is option A, limited. The absolute pollution exclusion broadly excludes pollution-related claims. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 38. Symbol 7 in a business auto policy designates option A, any auto. Option B, specifically described autos. Option C, hired autos only. Option D, non-owned autos only. The correct answer is option C, hired autos only. Symbol 7 covers specifically described, scheduled, vehicles. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 39. Professional liability insurance for architects and engineers covers option A, bodily injury from slip and fall. Option B, financial losses from errors, omissions, or negligent design. Option C, only property damage. Option D, workers' compensation. The correct answer is option A, bodily injury from slip and fall. A&E professional liability covers economic losses from professional negligence. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 40. The employer's liability exclusion in the CGL excludes option A, all injuries to employees. Option B, bodily injury to employees arising out of and in the course of employment. Option C, only injuries during work hours. Option D, only injuries on the premises. The correct answer is option D, only injuries on the premises. Work-related employee injuries are covered by workers' compensation, not CGL. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 41. Waiver of subrogation endorsement in a commercial auto policy. Option A, increases subrogation rights. Option B, prevents the insurer from pursuing recovery against a specified party. Option C, allows the insured to sue anyone. Option D, voids coverage. The correct answer is option C, allows the insured to sue anyone. Waiver of subrogation gives up the insurer's right to recover from a specified third party. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 42. A commercial property policy's outdoor property coverage typically includes option A, buildings. Option B, fences, signs, and plants with sublimits. Option C, inventory. Option D, equipment. The correct answer is option B, fences, signs, and plants with sublimits. Outdoor property, fences, signs, trees, shrubs, is typically covered with specific sublimits. Question 43. Stacking of UM/UIM coverage means option A, combining multiple policies or vehicles to increase available coverage limits. Option B, reducing coverage limits. Option C, canceling duplicate coverage. Option D, only using one policy. The correct answer is option A, combining multiple policies or vehicles to increase available coverage limits. Stacking allows the insured to combine limits from multiple policies or vehicles. Question 44. A controlled business statute prevents a producer from option A, writing any business. Option B, writing insurance primarily on themselves, their family, and their own business. Option C, selling to friends. Option D, writing commercial insurance. The correct answer is option A, writing any business. Controlled business laws ensure producers serve the public, not just their own interests. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 45. The accounts receivable coverage form covers option A, physical damage to accounts receivable records. Option B, losses from inability to collect accounts receivable due to damaged records. Option C, bad debts. Option D, loan defaults. The correct answer is option C, bad debts. This coverage pays for amounts uncollectible because records were damaged and the costs to reconstruct records. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 46. The term loss exposure refers to option A, the maximum amount an insurer will pay. Option B, the possibility of a financial loss that a person or entity faces. Option C, the premium charged for coverage. Option D, the deductible amount. The correct answer is option D, the deductible amount. Loss exposure is the state of being subject to a potential loss. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 47. A difference in conditions, DIC, policy provides option A, standard property coverage. Option B, coverage for perils excluded by standard policies, such as flood and earthquake. Option C, liability coverage. Option D, automobile coverage. The correct answer is option B, coverage for perils excluded by standard policies, such as flood and earthquake. DIC policies fill gaps in standard property coverage, typically covering perils like flood, earthquake, and collapse. Question 48. The commercial auto policy's physical damage coverage pays. Option A, replacement cost for all vehicles. Option B, the lesser of actual cash value or cost to repair, subject to deductible. Option C, agreed value. Option D, full purchase price. The correct answer is option C, agreed value. Commercial auto physical damage is settled on an ACV basis. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 49. A bailee is, option A, the owner of the property. Option B, a person or entity temporarily holding property belonging to another. Option C, the insurer. Option D, the insurance agent. The correct answer is option D, the insurance agent. A bailee, dry cleaner, repair shop, has temporary custody of another's property and has a legal duty of care. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 50. The term salvage in property insurance refers to, option A, the total loss of property. Option B, damaged property taken by the insurer after paying a claim to reduce the loss. Option C, the insured's deductible. Option D, the premium payment. The correct answer is option D, the premium payment. Salvage is damaged property the insurer takes possession of to reduce the net cost of a claim. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 51. A commercial articles coverage form, inland marine, covers, option A, real estate. Option B, scheduled, high-value items such as fine arts, jewelry, and cameras. Option C, automobiles. Option D, inventory only. The correct answer is option A, real estate. Commercial articles floaters cover scheduled items of high value. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 52. An additional insured endorsement. Option A, reduces coverage. Option B, extends coverage to another person or organization for liability arising from the named insured's operations. Option C, cancels the policy. Option D, increases the premium without adding coverage. The correct answer is option A, reduces coverage. Additional insured status extends liability protection to parties with a business relationship to the named insured. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 53. The ordinance or law exclusion in property policies means, option A, all building code upgrades are covered. Option B, the increased cost of complying with building codes after a loss is typically excluded. Option C, the policy covers all legal fees. Option D, the insured must follow all laws. The correct answer is option D, the insured must follow all laws. Standard policies exclude the additional cost of complying with building codes or ordinances. Coverage can be added by endorsement. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 54. Estoppel prevents a party from, option A, filing a claim. Option B, denying a fact that has been previously established by their actions. Option C, paying premiums. Option D, canceling a policy. The correct answer is option D, canceling a policy. Estoppel prevents someone from asserting something contrary to what their previous actions or statements implied. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 55. Express authority of an agent is, option A, authority the public assumes the agent has. Option B, authority specifically granted by the insurer in the agency contract. Option C, authority to bind all types of coverage. Option D, authority implied by the agent's position. The correct answer is option C, authority to bind all types of coverage. Express authority is explicitly stated in the agency agreement. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 56. A commercial umbrella policy provides, option A, primary coverage only. Option B, excess liability coverage over underlying policies, potentially with broader coverage. Option C, property coverage. Option D, health insurance. The correct answer is option D, health insurance. Umbrella policies provide additional limits above underlying liability policies. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 57. Spoilage coverage and equipment breakdown insurance applies to, option A, all food spoilage. Option B, spoilage of perishable goods caused by a covered equipment breakdown. Option C, spoilage from power outages only. Option D, spoilage from any cause. The correct answer is option A, all food spoilage. Spoilage coverage is triggered by a covered equipment breakdown, not general power outages. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 58. The four elements required to prove negligence are, option A, duty, breach of duty, causation, and damages. Option B, intent, motive, opportunity, and harm. Option C, peril, hazard, loss, and exclusion. Option D, offer, acceptance, consideration, and competence. The correct answer is option C, peril, hazard, loss, and exclusion. For a negligence claim to succeed, the plaintiff must prove duty, breach, causation, proximate cause, and damages. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 59. An occurrence in the CGL policy is defined as: Option A, an intentional act. Option B, an accident, including continuous or repeated exposure to substantially the same harmful conditions. Option C, only a sudden event. Option D, a criminal act. The correct answer is option B, an accident, including continuous or repeated exposure to substantially the same harmful conditions. Occurrence includes accidents and repeated exposure to harmful conditions. Question 60. A stock insurance company is owned by: Option A, policyholders. Option B, stockholders. Option C, the government. Option D, its employees. The correct answer is option B, stockholders. Stock companies are owned by shareholders who expect to earn a profit. Question 61. The pollution exclusion in a CGL policy: Option A, covers all pollution losses. Option B, excludes bodily injury and property damage arising from pollutants, with limited exceptions. Option C, covers gradual pollution. Option D, is optional. The correct answer is option A, covers all pollution losses. The absolute pollution exclusion broadly excludes pollution-related claims with very limited exceptions. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 62. Diminution of value claims seek to recover: Option A, the full replacement cost. Option B, the reduction in a vehicle's market value after repair from an accident. Option C, medical expenses. Option D, the deductible. The correct answer is option C, medical expenses. Diminution of value is the difference between pre-accident and post-repair market value. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 63. An HO4 policy covers: Option A, the building. Option B, personal property of a tenant. Option C, condominium units. Option D, older homes. The correct answer is option A, the building. HO4 is the renter's form, covering personal property. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 64. A hit-and-run accident is covered under which PAP coverage? Option A, collision for property damage, for bodily injury if the driver is unidentified. Option B, only liability. Option C, only comprehensive. Option D, only medical payments. The correct answer is option B, only liability. Covers by from hit and run, collision covers vehicle damage, with deductible. Question 65. A wrap-up insurance program, OCIP/CCIP, provides: Option A, only workers' compensation. Option B, liability coverage for all contractors on a construction project under one master policy. Option C, only property coverage. Option D, only builder's risk. The correct answer is option D, only builder's risk. Wrap-ups consolidate insurance for all parties on a construction project. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 66. A sign coverage form, inland marine, covers: Option A, all signs regardless of value. Option B, neon, mechanical, and electrical signs. Option C, only hand-painted signs. Option D, only permanent signs. The correct answer is option C, only hand-painted signs. Sign floaters cover valuable signs, particularly neon and electrical signs. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 67. A commercial property policy's fire department service charge coverage: Option A, pays the fire department's annual budget. Option B, pays charges assessed by the fire department for responding to a covered loss. Option C, is never included. Option D, pays for fire trucks. The correct answer is option C, is never included. This coverage pays fire department service charges, often without a deductible. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 68. The covered auto definition in a PAP includes: Option A, only vehicles listed on the declarations page. Option B, vehicles listed on the declarations, newly acquired autos, and temporary substitute vehicles. Option C, any vehicle the insured drives. Option D, only owned vehicles. The correct answer is option B, vehicles listed on the declarations, newly acquired autos, and temporary substitute vehicles. Covered autos include listed vehicles, newly acquired autos, with notice, and temporary substitutes. Question 69. The exclusive remedy provision of workers' compensation means: Option A, the employee can also sue the employer. Option B, workers' compensation benefits are the employee's sole remedy against the employer. Option C. The employer has no liability. Option D. The employee must pay for their own treatment. The correct answer is option C. The employer has no liability. Exclusive remedy bars employee lawsuits against the employer for covered injuries. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 70. A non-owned auto under a commercial auto policy is: Option A. An auto owned by the business. Option B. An auto used in the business but not owned, leased, or hired, typically employee-owned vehicles. Option C. Only rental cars. Option D. Only borrowed vehicles. The correct answer is option B. An auto used in the business but not owned, leased, or hired, typically employee-owned vehicles. Non-owned autos are typically employee-owned vehicles used for business purposes. Question 71. A deductible in an insurance policy is: Option A. The premium paid by the insured. Option B. The amount the insured must pay out of pocket before the insurer pays. Option C. The maximum amount the insurer will pay. Option D. The agent's commission. The correct answer is option D. The agent's commission. A deductible is the portion of a loss that the insured bears before insurance coverage applies. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 72. A domestic insurer is one that is: Option A. Incorporated in a foreign country. Option B. Incorporated under the laws of the state in which it is doing business. Option C. Incorporated in another state. Option D. Not licensed. The correct answer is option B. Incorporated under the laws of the state in which it is doing business. A domestic insurer is chartered in the state of reference. Question 73. An umbrella liability policy provides: Option A. Primary coverage. Option B. Excess liability coverage above underlying policies. Option C. Property coverage. Option D. Health insurance. The correct answer is option A. Primary coverage. Umbrella policies provide additional liability limits. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 74. An State Route 22 filing is: Option A. A type of insurance policy. Option B. A certificate of financial responsibility filed with the state, often required for high-risk drivers. Option C. An accident report. Option D. A vehicle registration form. The correct answer is option B. A certificate of financial responsibility filed with the state, often required for high-risk drivers. State Route 22 is proof of financial responsibility filed by the insurer on behalf of the insured. Question 75. Employer's liability insurance, Part 2 of workers' compensation, covers: Option A. Statutory workers' compensation benefits. Option B. The employer's liability for work-related injuries not covered by workers' compensation laws, example, loss of consortium claims. Option C. Property damage. Option D. Automobile accidents. The correct answer is option B. The employer's liability for work-related injuries not covered by workers' compensation laws, example, loss of consortium claims. Employer's liability covers claims outside the workers' compensation system, such as third-party oversuits and loss of consortium. Question 76. Personal and advertising injury under a CGL includes: Option A. Bodily injury. Option B. Libel, slander, false arrest, and copyright infringement. Option C. Property damage. Option D. Physical injuries only. The correct answer is option B. Libel, slander, false arrest, and copyright infringement. Coverage B covers non-physical offenses. Question 77. Proximate cause in a negligence claim means: Option A. The first event in a chain. Option B. The foreseeable cause that directly led to the injury. Option C. Any contributing factor. Option D. The last event before injury. The correct answer is option A. The first event in a chain. Proximate cause is the primary, foreseeable cause that sets in motion an unbroken chain of events leading to injury. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 78. Valuable papers and records coverage covers: Option A. All documents. Option B. The cost to reconstruct or replace valuable papers and records. Option C. Only electronic records. Option D. Only financial records. The correct answer is option D. Only financial records. This covers the cost to research, replace, or reconstruct damaged valuable documents. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 79. The damage to property exclusion in the CGL excludes: Option A. All property damage. Option B. Damage to the insured's own work, with exceptions, and property in the insured's care, custody, or control. Option C. Only damage to buildings. Option D. Only damage to personal property. The correct answer is option D. Only damage to personal property. The your work and care, custody, or control exclusions apply. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 80. The product's completed operations aggregate limit in a CGL policy. Option A applies to all claims. Option B limits the total payout for products completed operations claims during the policy period. Option C is the same as the general aggregate. Option D has no limit. The correct answer is option C, is the same as the general aggregate. The product's completed operations aggregate is a separate limit within the CGL. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 81. The no benefit to Bailey provision means. Option A, Baileys receive full coverage. Option B, the policy does not benefit a Bailey who is not a named insured. Option C, Baileys have no liability. Option D, the insured is a Bailey. The correct answer is option C, Baileys have no liability. This provision prevents a Bailey from benefiting from the insured's policy. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 82. The transfer of risk from an individual to an insurance company in exchange for a premium is known as. Option A, risk avoidance. Option B, risk retention. Option C, risk transfer. Option D, risk reduction. The correct answer is option D, risk reduction. Risk transfer shifts the financial burden of a potential loss to the insurer. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 83. An occurrence in a liability policy is defined as. Option A, an intentional act by the insured. Option B, an accident, including continuous or repeated exposure to substantially the same general harmful conditions. Option C, only a sudden event. Option D, a criminal act. The correct answer is option A, an intentional act by the insured. An occurrence is an accident, including repeated exposure to harmful conditions. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 84. The vacancy clause in a property policy typically. Option A, provides additional coverage for vacant buildings. Option B, suspends coverage for certain perils if the building is vacant for more than 60 days. Option C, has no effect on coverage. Option D, reduces premiums for vacant buildings. The correct answer is option A, provides additional coverage for vacant buildings. Vacancy, absence of people and contents, for 60+ days suspends coverage for perils like vandalism and water damage. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 85. The knowledge of falsity, exclusion and coverage B excludes. Option A, all advertising injury. Option B, injury arising from oral or written publication the insured knew was false. Option C, only libel. Option D, only slander. The correct answer is option D, only slander. Knowing falsehoods are excluded. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 86. Split liability limits in an auto policy are typically expressed as. Option A, a single combined limit. Option B, bodily injury per person / bodily injury per accident / property damage per accident. Option C, only property damage limits. Option D, only bodily injury limits. The correct answer is option A, a single combined limit. Split limits, example, 100/300/50, separate by per person, by per accident, and PD per accident. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 87. Identity theft coverage in a homeowner's policy. Option A, is automatically included. Option B, is often available by endorsement, covering expenses related to restoring identity. Option C, covers all financial losses. Option D, is a separate policy. The correct answer is option D, is a separate policy. Identity theft coverage is typically an endorsement. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 88. Coverage F of a homeowner's policy provides. Option A, personal liability. Option B, medical payments to others. Option C, dwelling coverage. Option D, personal property. The correct answer is option A, personal liability. Coverage F is medical payments to others. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 89. Cyber liability insurance covers. Option A, physical property damage. Option B, data breaches, privacy violations, and related liability. Option C, automobile accidents. Option D, workers' compensation. The correct answer is option B, data breaches, privacy violations, and related liability. Cyber policies cover first-party and third-party losses from data breaches and cyber events. Question 90. Personal injury protection, PIP, coverage typically includes. Option A, only medical expenses. Option B, medical expenses, lost wages, and essential services regardless of fault. Option C, only property damage. Option D, only liability. The correct answer is option A, only medical expenses. PIP provides broad first-party benefits including medical, wage loss, and replacement services. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 91. A hold harmless agreement is, option A, a release of all claims, option B, a contractual agreement where one party assumes the liability of another, option C, a settlement agreement, option D, a cancellation notice. The correct answer is option D, a cancellation notice. Hold harmless, indemnity, agreements shift liability from one party to another by contract. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 92. The nuclear energy liability exclusion in a commercial auto policy, option A, covers nuclear accidents, option B, excludes losses from nuclear energy hazards, covered by specialized nuclear pools, option C, is optional, option D, only applies to power plants. The correct answer is option B, excludes losses from nuclear energy hazards, covered by specialized nuclear pools. Nuclear risks are excluded and insured through specialized nuclear insurance pools. Question 93. A drive other car endorsement extends coverage for, option A, any vehicle the insured drives, option B, the named insured to drive non-owned vehicles not otherwise covered, option C, only rental cars, option D, only business vehicles. The correct answer is option C, only rental cars. This endorsement provides coverage for individuals who do not own a vehicle but regularly drive others' cars. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 94. Part A of a personal auto policy, PAP, provides, option A, medical payments coverage, option B, liability coverage, bodily injury and property damage, option C, uninsured motorist coverage, option D, physical damage coverage. The correct answer is option C, uninsured motorist coverage. Part A is liability coverage. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 95. A deductible in a commercial auto physical damage policy, option A, is never applied, option B, applies per occurrence, option C, applies only to comprehensive, option D, applies only to collision. The correct answer is option D, applies only to collision. Deductibles apply per accident or occurrence. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 96. The statute of limitations for filing a property insurance lawsuit is typically, option A, 6 months, option B, 1 to 2 years from the date of loss, option C, 5 years, option D, 10 years. The correct answer is option D, 10 years. The time limit varies by state but is typically 1 to 2 years as stated in the policy. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 97. Primary insurance in a commercial auto policy means, option A, the policy pays only after other insurance is exhausted, option B, the policy pays first, before other applicable insurance, option C, the policy does not pay at all, option D, the policy shares equally with other insurance. The correct answer is option B, the policy pays first, before other applicable insurance. Primary coverage pays first, regardless of other available insurance. Question 98. The insurance mechanism that pools premiums from many policyholders to pay the losses of a few is known as, option A, risk retention, option B, risk avoidance, option C, risk sharing, option D, self-insurance. The correct answer is option A, risk retention. Risk sharing, or risk pooling, is the fundamental mechanism of insurance. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 99. Symbol 1 in a business auto policy designates, option A, any auto, broadest coverage for liability, option B, only owned autos, option C, only hired autos, option D, only scheduled autos. The correct answer is option B, only owned autos. Symbol 1, any auto, provides the broadest liability coverage. In this rotation, B is correct. Question 100. Part C of a PAP provides, option A, liability coverage, option B, medical payments coverage, option C, uninsured/underinsured motorist coverage, option D, physical damage coverage. The correct answer is option A, liability coverage. Part C is uninsured/underinsured motorist coverage. In this rotation, A is correct.